new Luna Ring by Noise, the cheapest and also most efficient health tracker or smart ring on the market right now. Gives you more information, it gives you more precise data, especially from your workouts, and it costs less than all the other competing brands out there, and it comes with no subscription. So obviously I'm a massive fan. I already did a few review videos on it. I put a link below where you can save 10% if you end up buying the ring. But personally, I'm a big fan because they just brought a lot of extra technology into this and managed to make it cheaper than the other ones. But I also figured I should make a video on what it actually gives you in terms of data and things you can act on to be either healthier or become a better athlete. So for the next 7 days, I'll obviously be wearing the ring, and I'm gonna share all the data it gives me and how I use that in my daily life with all of you guys. Tonight is Sunday night. I'm about to head to bed, and tomorrow we're starting out giving you my first sleep trends and data. Let's go.
Hey guys, Monday morning. I'm already on the bike, but I want to let you in on the numbers I got from the Luna Ring today and how that affects what I do during the day. So today the plan was to do aerobic cycling. I don't ice skate usually after an easier week. I glide into it, so to say. So today I got 5 numbers from the Luna Ring, and those are the 5 numbers I really look at to determine what we're doing. Talking through with my coach, we have different plans depending on my readiness. And today, those 5 numbers, especially HRV, the heart rate variability, gives you a good idea how stressed your body and your nervous system is. And I also use the resting heart rate to see where I'm at and how much I can take. So given that today the goal is to get ready for the coming days, we really rely on that. So today it wasn't horrible numbers. I'll show you the graph here on the screen. Those are the numbers I get from the Luna Ring, and it compares that to my 30-day running averages. Super convenient, so I don't have to sit and calculate it out. And it is very important to remember, these are so individual. Some people, these could be great numbers or horrible numbers. As you can see for me, they're all in the green today, but they're still towards the lower end. So I am doing the 2 hours of riding as planned, zone 2, but instead of implementing larger chunks of threshold intervals to really get the legs going and get a little bit of a workout in, we are gonna stick with just 8 times a minute and a half, or even 4 times a minute and a half, depending on how the heart rate responds over the next 30 minutes of warm-up. And that's just a nice way of dialing in things and take it by ear, because I can listen to my body, especially on a day like today, where the goal is to get ready for tomorrow. Another thing I also look at is the sleep quality. I use those more of a, week by week rather than day by day. Making sure that I get enough sleep, but especially that I get enough deep sleep. And that has taught me things like no blue light before bedtime. It's important to have a really good bedroom environment. Been testing a lot of different things. We sleep very cold, and we try and keep it dark. No phones in the bedroom, you name it. But those are more things I look at week by week. So those 5 numbers I showed you there, those are the ones I looked at today. And interesting ones are, the other ones are the oxygen saturation, especially when training at altitude. That one's crucial. And then skin temperature is more of a, am I getting sick or not? The breathing pattern kind of goes to say the same. You'll see if your nose is blocked before it really gets blocked, and you can catch illness before it happens. And well, even though it's easy, it's still a little bit of zone 2, so I better get back at it.
Today I did some running and some skating in the morning, and then in the afternoon I hit the bike back there on the home trainer. So cool thing about the ring, it detects when you do a workout automatically. It asks you to review it and say, is this actually what we thought it was? And surprisingly often it's correct. I think it's based on the accelerometer in the actual ring, so it notices if you're running or if you're walking or if you're biking. So this morning it automatically recorded the run, and this afternoon a 50-minute bike ride, and it was 1 heartbeat per minute in average off my Garmin Edge and my heart rate belt. So pretty impressive, and I've highlighted that before. That's, I think, the main, other than the fact that it's not a subscription, the main upside to the ring is that it detects the heart rate extremely well. Morning guys, Today it's Friday morning, so it's been a few workouts. So I'm gonna show you some of the trends that you get from the lunar ring. I'll share the screen with you here, and yeah, as you can see, one that I think is super interesting is the sleep, because that is also one of the things that's very individual. It's individual how much sleep we need. I also know that if I sleep in a good bed, in a good environment, I get more deep sleep per hour. So I need less sleep, but here I can track how much deep sleep I get. So it's super cool that it gives you, like, compares it to your rolling average. It learns more about you. And see, like, even though, say, I have a low resting heart rate because I've done sports for many years, or because I'm getting older, I don't know. So you can see that even though it's low here, it's still in the right range. See how much time I spend in bed, the night movements, how much time you're awake. And here we go down into the deep sleep. And finally it gives you this, like, how well did you perform? And it estimates based on your activity, based on your sleep depth. If you accumulate that, then it gives you an estimate of how much sleep you need. And as you can see here in this graph, it shows how much did I get and how much did I need. It's been a good week so far, so I'll try and keep that trend up. And then here it shows the amount of restorative sleep, where you can see the deep sleep, the REM sleep, and finally the total sleep time, how consistent. I think that's the thing that a lot of people underestimate, how important consistent sleep times. So, like, go to bed at the same time and try and wake up somewhat at the same time. So those are just, like, cool ways where it uses that, what it learns over time, to give you some better indications on what you specifically need. Welcome to the skating rink. This is where I work out most of the time. I figured I would give you a little bit of insights on the workout data that you get, or more so the overall kind of daily activity recommendations and overview. I do think this is one of the things where the lunar ring is ahead of the other smart rings and trackers, is how precise it is in the workouts, which also gives you more precise activity data. So sharing the screen here is you can see the activity score, the total amount of calories. If you're on a diet, that's great because it is more precise. It's based off your heart rate, and obviously it knows your height, your weight, your gender, so it can do a very precise estimate of the calorie burn during the day. So here you can see how active I've been. You can also set these goals manually. I just go off with the ones that had here. I do sports, so I'm not too nervous about being active enough, but I do know that's a great indicator for a lot of you guys, numbers that matter. So for me, I have this move every hour warning, as you can see, and then my calorie goal, training frequency, and the training volume, they're all optimal. And then going down here, the movement analysis, pretty interesting. You can see it over the course of a day and how much high intensity and low intensity. Generally speaking, a lot of people go off with the 80% lower end activities and then 20% high intensity. Kind of the same that I do. Now I'm getting close to my peak, so there's a little more high intensity that I would usually have. But just super interesting seeing this and seeing it over time. It also automatically tracked my 4-kilometer jog for warm-up, plus some stretching here, the amount of steps. So just a lot of cool insights, whether you're just doing sports or being active for the fitness benefits or as a professional athlete. So a week has passed, and actually a day more than a week. I decided to finish this week on a Monday because I do think that's where the lunar ring really makes the biggest difference to me. It's the day where I see if did my Sunday rest day, did it actually pay off? Am I back fully reset? And not to forget, this is also the time of the week where I have the opportunity to evaluate all these devices that I try out. The lunar ring is not the first. This is how I found out that Ketone IQ actually works, and also how I started using the Neurovisor, that is simply light and sound therapy that increases my amount of deep sleep. And seeing that I used that for a week, stopped using it, used it for a week again, and tracked every day that I did, I could easily track some trends. Another cool feature about having a smart ring that works well. And ready to go for another week and another training block. So that's also what I recommend you guys to do. Final little feature I wanted to share is the AI feature. It's one of the things that really make the Luna ring special, different to the other rings, is that you can basically ask it anything. It even comes up with some fun suggestions here, and yeah, as you can see here, it gives you some pretty specific advice, and you can even ask for, say this one, a specific training plan for a marathon. So it just has a lot of things in the software that I really appreciate and think is super cool. So my final finger up for the Luna ring. It is truthfully where you get the most value for your money. Unlike, say, the Whoop device, it doesn't have these breakdowns in the software that seems to occur more and more often, and there's no subscription, so you get the ring, fantastic smart rings, and awesome trackers. I'll make sure to leave the link below if you make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with the next cool biohacking trends that will be here and anything else I use in my daily life as a professional athlete. I do really appreciate your time, and I hope this helped you to make the better choice, seeing if the Luna ring is the right smart ring for you.